What's going on, guys? Back again with another video, and today we're going to be showing you guys how to get your very first pull-up.
Alright guys, today we're going to take you through 4 simple steps to getting your first pull-up. Starting with scap shrugs, super important movement from the bottom. It's the first part of your pull-up. Then we're going to take you to Australian rows, then resistance band pull-ups, and then pull-up negatives.
If you guys do these 4 progressions from start to finish, you're going to get the pull-up in no time. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so step 1 is going to be scap shrugs. This is super important because it's the first part of every single pull-up you do, and it helps engage the correct muscles in your back. So, for an example, you do not want to do this. Just pulling up from here, I'm not engaging anything in my back. I'm prone to injury in my shoulders, not using any of the right muscles. When we're doing scap shrugs, you're going to want to hang from the bar, and instead of being in a full dead hang, we want to retract our back so that our scaps are engaged. We're engaging all our muscles in our back now. Then we pull up. This is not only going to help you prevent injury, but activating the right muscles is going to allow you to progress faster and get much stronger, allowing you to achieve the pull-up a lot quicker. I would suggest doing this for around 5 rounds. I would do 10 reps. Use it as a warm-up. It's a very little motion, but it's super important. Like we said, it's the beginning of every single pull-up. Every time you do a pull-up, you should be engaging your back, doing a scap shrug before you go above the bar. Alright guys, so step number 2 is going to be Australian pull-ups. It's kind of hard to find a spot to do these, but if you have a pair of rings or TRX bands at your gym, those will do perfectly fine. Maybe if you find a table at your house that you could do it under, that's great as well. If you don't have a spot to do these, I'm going to show you resistance band pull-ups. That's amazing. We're going to do that in step 3. You're going to see that in a second. But explaining the Australian pull-ups, we're going to go down in an angled position. The more angled you are, the harder it is because you're going to be pulling up more of your weight. So if you're not that advanced yet, start from here. Eventually you're going to go lower and lower and lower, pulling up more and more of your weight until you don't need these at all and you'll be doing real pull-ups. But while you do these, you should be thinking the same form as a regular pull-up. So we're going to retract our scap still, we're going to pull up, go down, protract, retract. Really focusing on that retraction of your back. It's the most important part. You're going to want to do a few reps of these. I would suggest doing around 4 sets, do 10 reps of these, and then you're going to do assisted pull-ups, which is next.
Alright guys, next one, this should be pretty easy to understand. It's resistance band pull-ups. What you want to do is tie up the band around the bar. Put it on your foot, grab the bar, and you want to keep the same form as if you're going to do an actual pull. You want to do the scap shrug to start, that'll get your back engaged, and then you pull. So obviously you guys are going to start with a heavier band. Try to do like 5 sets of 10 reps if you can. And then eventually you're gonna work down to lighter bands. Once you guys have worked down to the weakest band you have, which would be the red band, you guys are ready to go on to the next progression, which is negative pulls. And if you guys don't have bands, you can get custom ones at corecalisthenics.com. Alright guys, so assuming you are down to the red band on resistance band pull-ups, you are ready for negative pull-ups. What you wanna do for these is you want to jump up to the top of the pull-up because you're sure you're not strong enough to do the regular pull-up yet. You want to hold yourself above the bar and slowly go down to the bottom. Here's what it looks like. Jump, hold yourself as long as you can, and slowly go down. At first, you may be barely holding yourself above the bar and you're going to be going down really fast, but that's okay because you're getting to work on the negative part of the pull-up, which is eventually going to carry over to the positive part. You're working the right muscles, you're strengthening them on the way down, and ultimately it's going to strengthen them on the way up. Once you can do a full pull-up, here's what it's going to look like. From the bottom, scap shrug. You don't really notice this when you do the pull-up because you do it so quick, but first part is the scap shrug. Chin above the bar, all the way down, elbows locked. Chin above the bar, all the way down, elbows locked. Don't short yourself any movement, do a full rep every time. Alright guys, after doing the progression seen in this video, you should be on your way to your first pull-up. Another point I wanted to touch on when doing these progressions is feel free to change up the grips. Do chin-ups, you're gonna get more bicep engagement. Do wide pull-ups, do close. Just change it up. You work different muscles. Like they say, train the same, remain the same. Change it up, work different muscles.
Exactly, so do the 4 progressions, do the sets of reps we said. I would suggest doing this around 3 to 4 times a week, training hard. Do it every single day though, 15 minutes at least, and you can progress much faster and you're gonna achieve that first pull-up ASAP. Like always, like, comment, subscribe, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram, comment what you want the next video to be about. We'll be happy to make it for you, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Out.